Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here and welcome to episode 11 of my Athletic Bilbao series for Football Manager 2019. So today we're going to do a live com game against Real Sociedad. They are our arch rivals. Geographically, they're in the same city. They're based in the Basque region, I should say. And they're historically our most fierce rival. We've got a few other rivals around, but this one it's definitely the top one. Unfortunately, Sociedad not doing too well in the league currently. They're sitting in 19th position in the relegation zone, only picking up 8 points. And we've had a pretty good season so far. Lacked a little bit of quality here and there, but we've had a couple of decent results. And I'll get into those fixtures in a second, because first of all, I just want to show you the transfer history. We did manage to bring Inaki Williams in, like I mentioned in the previous episode. We brought him back in for 16.75 million. Massive wages, 185k per week. We got him on a 5-year deal. Of course, that's really, really expensive, but ultimately, due to the challenge of this series and the Basque players only concept behind the club, we will struggle to bring in quality. Literally, the only way that we're going to bring in any quality is if we bring in 16-year-old Spanish regens that have come into other teams, or if we manage to develop our own. Of course, every now and then there are a couple of Basque players that come through other academies that we can sign, later on through the game. There is currently one at Real Madrid who is 17 years old. Of course, we can sign him because he's Basque. We're looking at him. He's a nice little centre mid. Brought him back in. We also loaned out a few of our other youth players. I'm not too sure who I mentioned here, but Barbero went to Burgos. Athami went to Racing D Santander. Brace went to Rayo Vallecano for 80k per month. And we finally sold Vencedor. I think it's Vencedor. We sold him to Sevilla. We are pretty well stacked in the centre midfield position, and a lot of different clubs were coming in for him. One thing to note, I can't actually show you there, but one thing to note, we've got a 50% of next sale in this transfer. So if Sevilla do sell him, we will get half of whatever they are paid for him, if that makes sense. So I think that's a nice little bit of business. We get a player out. We can buy him back if we want, of course, and half of our transfer fee will just come back to us anyway, through that sort of deal that we've set up. We let him go. If he develops nicely and does get that big transfer, possibly to Atletico, Real, or Barca, or perhaps another team, maybe in the EPL, we'll get a very good transfer fee. That's for damn sure. Let's get into the tactics. Let me just go home for a second and we'll go to the fixtures here. Of course, the previous episode was against Real Madrid. As you can see, we didn't get sacked. This tactic is very good. We've only had the 2 losses since this Real Madrid game, and we've also only had 2 draws, one of which coming in a Copa del Rey game. But the next game, of course, these 2 games, these 3 games? 2 games. 3 games, yeah. 5. It was 5. Sorry, these 3 games were all must-wins. And as you can see, we managed to do just that. The first of which being a 3-1 victory over Deportivo Alaves. As you can see, it was pretty nerve-wracking. We got the goals through Benat and Ike Munayin, but we opened the scoring in the 10th minute. They did get an equaliser in the 42nd, just before half-time. And then it stayed 1-1 until the 85th minute when Munayin managed to get on the score sheet there. And I literally thought it was all over. I kid you not, I thought we were going to get sacked. Well, I thought I was going to get sacked, and that was going to be the end of the series. But who else? Munayin, and then Benat also scored another goal in the 92nd minute off a pretty good free kick, if I remember correctly. We just scraped through late goals, lots of drama, and lots of I don't know, anxiety and stress that was sort of creeping in for me as this game went on longer and longer at 1-1. But yeah, the next game, again, sort of a little bit similar. We didn't concede, but we beat Malaga 1-0. Hervias in the 70th minute getting the goal there. And up until that 70th minute, I was like, oh my god, it's going to happen. It didn't happen last game, but it's going to happen now. And then we got that goal through Hervias, and I breathed a massive sigh of relief. I was just like, oh, thank God. Thank God. And then the Villarreal game was much more clinical. We beat them 4-0 at home. Hervias with another goal, and Inaki Williams, of course, the new signing, coming up with a hat-trick. Disappointingly, the next game against Sevilla, we actually lost. I'm pretty sure we dominated this game. Let's have a look at the stats here. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't really call that domination, but 13 shots and to score no goals. I mean, we only had 3 on target, so I don't know. I guess that's pretty fair. But to lose against Sevilla, of course, they're one of our rivals that we're sort of competing with towards the top of the table. Definitely not the ideal result. And the poor result continued with a 1-1 draw against Levante. At home as well, which was particularly, gutting. Villalibre got our goal just on the stroke of half-time. And they managed to get one back 10 minutes after the start of the second half. We did bounce back, however, against, I think, newly promoted Cadiz with a 3-1 victory away from home. Williams, Munayin and Itaraspe on the score sheet for us there. Disappointing to concede a goal, but it is what it is. And then the next game, we managed to beat Barcelona 3-1 after we had a player sent off in the 55th minute of the game. As you can see, Inigo Martinez in the 14th minute, Ike Munayin in the 18th. We then had Nunez sent off. They got a goal back to bring it to 2-1 through Will Hughes, which is an incredibly random transfer. And then San Jose managed to cap the result off with a nice penalty slotted away. The next game was the fourth round of the Copa del Rey. We were drawn with Rus, and we managed to absolutely destroy them away from home 4-0. Martinez, Munayin, Sasita, Nolas Cohen, all on the score sheet there for us, and pretty much got us through to the next round in that first leg. We then managed to beat one of our other rivals, Osasuna, 4-1. Inaki Williams with another hat-trick in this game. And of course, Ike Munayin also on the score sheet there. But yeah, disappointingly, another goal conceded, no clean sheet. And that trend did continue against Rayo Vallecano. But we did get the victory here. Again, another player getting sent off, despite getting the 3-1 victory. Yuri in the 42nd. Nolas Cohen in the 52nd. We had Benat sent off in the 58th minute, and once again another San Jose penalty, very similar to the Barcelona game. And then for some reason we just got destroyed by Real Betis. I have no idea what happened here, but away from home they managed to beat us. Sorry, we were away from home and they managed to beat us 2-0. And gave us our third loss of the season if you count the Real Madrid game from last episode. However, we did bounce back with a nice little 3-0 victory here over Real Oviedo. Kappa, Villalibre and Lecue on the score sheet. And the most recent game I have played was the second leg against Ruiz in the Copa del Rey. And Javi Martinez getting our only goal in that 1-1 draw there at home. Disappointing result, but to be fair, I did play a lot of the reserve players there with Garmendia, Sunset, Catalan all starting the game there, just to give some of the first teamers a rest, and of course give these youngsters a little bit of game time was pretty important, I felt. So yeah, that's pretty much everything. The finances are dropping down a little bit, of course. We spent 16.7, basically 17 million, and we have also, our wages are probably overspent a little bit. As you can see, we're under the wage budget because I did increase that a little bit to actually sign Williams. But Williams being on what is essentially 230k per week, that's pretty much $1 million a month just on his wages, which is a lot of money. And of course, that means our finances are going to go down a little bit. But I'm hoping with his repurchase, the team's going to be a little bit more consistent in the league, and we're going to hopefully challenge for that La Liga title, if I'm being honest. As you can see, the projection's looking okay. It's not looking too bad. It's not really making us a loss too much. We're going to lose a little bit of money next season if things are to stay the same. But I am hoping, of course, at the minimum, to once again qualify for the Champions League. So yeah, let's get into today's game against our fierce rivals, Real Sociedad. Today's lineup, we're going to go with Ramiro in goals, Kappa at right back, San Jose and Martinez as our centre backs, Yuri at left back, Nolascoain and Iturraspe as our two ball-winning midfielders. We're going to go with Sociedad on the right, Hervias on the left. Benat's going to go as the attacking midfielder today. And unfortunately, we're going to have to go with Villalibre up front because Williams, he did pick up I think it was a 4 to 5 week injury. So he's just starting to come back from that now. And I mean, we're still performing rather well, but I definitely want him back so we can keep firing and keep, the good results coming in the league. So yeah, let's go into this game. Of course, we are in form, and they're definitely not in any type of form at the moment. And I'm going to tell them that I expect to win today. And we're just going to try and psych them up a little bit here. Alright, come on boys, let's do something here. We've got to beat our rivals. It's very important. They're sitting in the relegation zone. And if I don't get the result here today, I'm going to be very disappointed. I know we are away from home as well. Iturraspe steals the ball. Can he score? Yes, he does. Whoa! 25 seconds in. I cannot believe it. At essentially what is one of our defensive mindset midfielders has just managed to score a goal in the 25 seconds in. That looked like a bit of a nasty challenge by Kappa there, but no foul. And Villalibre almost gets in front. We do win the ball back. Villalibre to Hervias. Villalibre, 2-0. Wow. We are... I don't know if we're playing really well or if Sociedad are just really, really bad this season. I think they might be really bad. I think they might be. I'm probably going to jinx it there, as I always do, but yeah, I'm really liking this tactic. I'm more familiar with it, playing a 4-2-3-1 essentially, as opposed to a 4-3-3 essentially, with the possession-based tactic. I really don't know what happened to that tactic because okay, we've conceded, of course we have. What is going on with this game? We've had 3 goals in 6 minutes. Literally every shot on target has been a goal. Until I say that, of course. But we do have a corner here. Yuri to swing it in. Cleared away. Sociedad gives it back to Yuri. Sociedad again. Crosses. Villalibre. And that's his brace. And we're only 14 minutes in. And it's now 3-1 to Bilbao. What an interesting game, to say the least. It's very, very surprising. I wasn't really expecting this type of game. I thought it was going to be... what an open game. I mean, that's a good save by Ramiro. I thought we might have conceded there again. But I'm very happy we didn't. Yeah, and I sort of rubbished Villalibre going into this game. And he's come up with 2 goals already, so... should be paying him a little bit more credit, maybe. With Williams out, he does need to step up. And he's definitely doing that today. With Benat with a free kick. Just over the bar there. As we approach half-time. And I've got to say, to be honest, I'm pretty happy with that performance so far. I'm just going to tell them that I'm very happy. Nice and calmly. But yeah. What a first half. We've conceded again, which is, nothing out of the ordinary, I guess. But to be 3 goals, 2 goals up, I guess, going into the half is... You've got to be kidding me. How is that a penalty? How is that a penalty? Let's hope... Where is he running? He's running... Why is he running wide right? That was really weird. That was really weird. Anyway, VAR decision. I mean, personally, I don't see it as a penalty. Okay, apparently they think it is. That's very harsh, I believe. Even if that... Oh, good save. Good save, Ramiro. What a beast, what a beast. I mean, a bit of justice there, I think. I honestly, I didn't see how that was a penalty to begin with, so... Yeah, who are we going to bring on? I think we'll bring Garmendia on. Just for the fact that I do want him to get more game time. As he'll develop a little bit faster. The other player, I think we should maybe bring Martinez on for Benat. Not that Benat's played badly, but it's another case of just giving Martinez some more game time. He's still only 20 years old, and Benat is 33. So we need to sort of start to think about the replacement. Of course, we do have a few other options. Lopez, of course. There is another player, Aketse, who plays for... Well, he's playing for Nice, but he starts the game playing for Toronto, I believe, in the MLS. Here's another option at attacking midfield that we could bring in. Can also play on the left. I've sort of been looking at him a little bit. Sociedad does have an injury, so we might try and bring him off as well. Probably a little bit too late. But yeah, I've been thinking about bringing him in, but we do have a lot of depth in the midfield, I believe. So I haven't pulled the trigger on that yet. He does also have very good free kick taking. I think he's got 18, if I'm not mistaken, which is, well, it's 2 higher than Guinea, who has 16. Yeah, I think 16. But this game that started off on fire, we haven't had a goal since the 14th minute, of course, with that penalty miss in there as well. But overall, very happy to beat our rivals here 3-1. I hope you have enjoyed this episode, guys. I'm going to leave it there. If you enjoyed, drop a like, subscribe as well if you're a new viewer, and apart from that, take it easy, and goodbye.